Here we are at one of the greatest H.O. private railroads that has ever been created. And as we come down the stairs to see this railroad, John Muccianti, 30 years he's been working on this layout. And this is what we get when we come downstairs. It's gonna look just like this. So we're gonna literally take you from the door. We're gonna take our time showing you this railroad as we come around. And the level of detail is all here. I'm gonna really take my time walking around so that you can enjoy this. There is no level of detail missing. I'm going to walk you around each section individually. I want to give you an overall perspective. There's the man who's put it together. John, wave to us, John.
How you doing, Luke?
We will look at what is behind us. Okay, as I give you just a 50,000 foot view. And there's the door we came in.
Here comes the steam engine this way.
And that way. John wants to make
Just
sure.
the Union Pacific big boy steam engine. Chugging along.
Coming right at us. And John, all the cars in your trains look weathered.
Yeah, they've all been weathered, so look like the real thing. You know, there's a few brand new box cars and cabooses and stuff on the layout, but you know, the railroad, the cars sit out, the engines sit out all the time. They don't put them in garages overnight, so they're pretty much exposed to the elements.
Yep. Look at the...
It's a DC layout, and like Lou said, I started it some 30 years ago. Had a little bit of help from some of my buddies on some of the track laying and the electrical work. But I've been plugging away for year after year, detailing everything and adding different scenery and different items to the layout. It's not finished yet. The model railroad is never finished. There's always things that you can do.
It's 30 years in the making. There isn't an area that I'm seeing that looks unfinished. So John, what in your opinion is still needed?
Well, the thing is, I'm putting lights in all the buildings so they will light up at night. And in a little bit we'll head out into another area and you'll see a trestle that I handmade. So far I've got, I think, 1,145 pieces to it. I think I'm about 200 pieces short on the inside of the trestle from being finished.
John, now you're a painter by trade.
Yes, I am.
And a teacher.
Yes.
And you've really taken your gifts. And now I'm going to just move to the... I'm still going to stay where the door is, and we're going to come around. We're going to take each section. You've taken your gifts in both areas and kind of utilized those together. The elements of excellence in teaching, along with, and this is what I'm walking down, along with the elements of painting. Did you paint all the background?
Actually, a customer of mine painted the background. I painted her house, and she was a teacher at Barrington High School with me, and I painted her house and she painted the background for me. It took me a week to paint her house and took her a week to do all the painting.
So it was a fair trade.
So it was a fair trade, yes. And the whole layout is by Aristocraft, radio controlled, so all I do is have my
your hand
throttle
controller,
and I could run the train. So I don't have to touch it.
Tell me about each section here. This green section.
There's different industries. There's about 35 different industries on the layout. Mainly,
Well, talk with me as I'm kind of photographing. I'm photographing this area
you're
here.
in through here now. There's just a dairy farm facility, a pickling plant, and a farmer's co-op building that you're looking at now. So that's more or less a country scene that you have there. The whole layout is divided into an E shape, so you can walk around. And you're approaching the city part of the layout. It's not a big city, but on model railroading, you only have a limited space, so you give a suggestion of a large city. You've got skyscrapers, you've got a church, you've got a train station, and you have all the vehicles that are driving along along the city. And these are the buildings that I want to light up, the near future. And then you're coming out, you're going out to the country again. You've got a mountain area, and you've got a coal mine.
Look at the size of this mountain. Let me try to get a depth view of that. Now
it's like I said, it's a Union Pacific Railroad, and it's not modeled after any one particular area. It's all in my imagination, in my head. But the Union Pacific, their main yard is the Bailey Yard in North Platte, Nebraska. And after you come around this mountain, Lou, this is when you'll be hitting North Platte, Nebraska, their main diesel facility where the Union Pacific originates. And then it goes on, as you'll see, goes through several different states.
Goes through several different states, he tells me.
And you'll see as you go along, you can video on the side of the layout. I'll have each.
John, we've had an airplane crash.
Yeah, we've got a natural disaster.
Natural disaster.
I don't know if it's natural, but if we got a disaster, and the road is closed down below because a big commercial airline just crashed into the mountain. Still not finished. That's another thing you're saying. Well, what do you have to do yet? Well, the plane hitting a mountain like that wouldn't be in such great shape. It's going to have to be dismantled and on fire and wrecked with pieces being strewed all over the place. So those are the little finishing touches that still have to be done to make it more realistic. And you can see all the construction.
John, if you could grab that cable, because I think I'm getting caught. I'm going to right past you. Look at the mountain. John has people climbing up the mountain.
Yeah, there's mountain climbers. You'll see, and obviously toward the top of the mountain you have the snow and everything, and it gets colder. Then at the bottom of the mountain, the bottom of the coal mine here, you'll see a boxcar off to the side. Over to the left there, it's a sugar boxcar that was carrying sugar. That there was previously a derailment, and you can see the white sugar all over the tracks and everything, and that's going to have to be cleaned up.
Gotcha. I see.
Things happen in real life, and you have to deal with it. So try to make things realistic. Here he's approaching the Bailey Yard. It's in North Platte, Nebraska, and that actually is from the prototype. Really is the Bailey Yard in North Platte, Nebraska.
I show that crane.
Yeah, the crane. It's a huge crane.
We're getting the city.
And the layout just wraps around and goes to different states. And actually what I did pick out on a map the travels of one branch of the Union Pacific Railroad. Now there's many places that the Union Pacific goes to, but I have a 30-foot by 30-foot section here, so I tried to fit in as much as I could in that 30 by 30-foot section here. So every 10 feet or 12 feet, depending on the area, represents a different state. So right now you're in North Platte, Nebraska, and you're leaving North Platte, Nebraska. That's the control panel there. You're leaving North Platte, Nebraska, and you're coming into Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Cheyenne, Wyoming.
And this is where you'll be coming here. And now, in Cheyenne, Wyoming, there's not a circus there, but off to the side, I've put in a little circus because there's people living in those towns and they have different activities. So it's all animated. So this is one section of Cheyenne, Wyoming that the train will be passing through.
Keep it going for a second, John.
Okay.
tornado there.
Well, it's kind of hung up here. I got to do some
No,
repair
it's doing
work.
fine.
It's not.
That is great. Okay, there's another control panel.
Another control panel.
Now we're.
And then you'll be leaving North Cheyenne, Wyoming.
What do we have here that I'm
have-
focusing this river?
That's this river, actually it's in Green River, Wyoming. And there actually is the river in Green River, Wyoming, and you'll see the deep gorge and everything, and detailed canoeing people at the very bottom of the river, and some of the countryside. They got the deer out in the wild. So I just tried to detail with as much as possible, and you got a foundry, a small building industry along the way. You got a steam engine coming along through here. It just wraps around to the different states. This would take probably, several days for this train to actually go through all these areas. At this rate of speed here, that engine's going about 40 miles an hour right now. And it would take on the layout about 5 minutes to go around the layout.
5 minutes to go around the layout one time.
And this is a ski resort area. You've got the mountains, you have the plain up there, and people are skiing.
Plane that's doing fine.
Yeah, doing fine. And why don't you just step up there,
Okay.
Lou?
Just step up.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
Here, you're coming to a big gorge coming up and everything, and this as a stunt, there's circus performers or like daredevils doing a tightrope act over what would be something similar to the Grand Canyon. It's not the Grand Canyon, but it's a big canyon, and you can see how they have it set up where they're doing.
You get a deeper shot.
And then
of
you
that.
got all the people watching, and you got a TV crew out there, watching this and documenting, because it's obviously the people are working out there with no net or anything.
It's an event.
So it's the first time. Now this is the earlier the
Look at this trestle.
trestle that I was talking about. Right, this is all hand built.
Yeah, a deeper view
because,
of that.
You couldn't buy anything to
Given
fit
a-
it. So right now I got 1,145 pieces in there, and the front of it, the face of it's completely finished with all the cross bracing. But the back side, I've got about probably 200 more pieces to install with the cross bracing.
John,
like
no
you
one
see
would
here.
ever know that.
But no one would ever know that. But I told you, now I'm going to have to finish it, because if you come back and want to see the progress,
Wow.
I'm sure the safety, the railroad
Let's,
didn't allow the train to go through if they found out it wasn't finished, the bridge.
We're
Now
in-
here's my coal mine. I named it after myself, the Muccianti coal mine. And it's this. I have this one lit up, but I don't have the lights on right now. But that is lit up, and with the coal and everything, and the coal operation coming out of the mountain. And you had just passed where the trestle at. That was Jameson, Oregon.
Okay.
And now you're approaching. If you'll see on this side over here, you're going to be coming up to another location.
I see another
This
step,
is.
so I'm good. Have people
This was
climbing
just
up
where the coal mine was in La Grande, Oregon.
the mountain. Let me just give people kind of a perspective.
Okay.
We were there. We're here. We're gonna have this yard here.
And here you get on the other side of the mountain where you got the bridges and the. You got a cement factory.
Am I stuck again?
You're stuck again. A cement factory, and this isn't necessarily the industry that's along these routes here, but you'll find similar industries along these areas. Here again, it shows you the depth of the mountains and the trees and the caverns and everything, and the river.
Every area
at the bottom.
detailed. This isn't an undone layout, folks. This is completely.
And here you got a little cabin at the top of the mountain. You got fishermen in there, and you'll see a guy sitting on a log there, right over there, and he's being kind of sniffed out by a bear.
There you
Human
go.
sense and everything. So I try to put some
Human touch to
human
it.
touches to it and everything. And the place this was Portland, Oregon that you just went through. Now you're coming into the Sacramento yard in Sacramento, California. Another control panel there. You need a lot of control panels to, run all the different switches in the yards and everything.
Right. We're gonna walk out this way. John, why don't you go ahead. Tell us about this yard.
Well, the yard, it's a pretty large yard in
Give
Sacramento.
an idea of large. There's the yard.
You can get an idea of what it looks like. And you can see all of the switches. I just lit them up.
You just lit the
When the
switches.
lights are green, you know that the track is straight. The switches are turned on for a straight run. When they're in the red position, then you know that the switches are curved and the train will be making a turn. So on that.
John, do you have a name for this layout, or
It's yeah, the North Platte, Nebraska.
North Platte, Nebraska?
Union Pacific North Platte, Nebraska Railroad. And you know, there's a crane facilities here, and
Well, John, thank you so much.
Okay.
Back up just a bit so I can put you alongside one of your mountains or something.
okay, on the mountain.
There he is, to get an idea of
Okay.
how big these mountains are.
Yeah.
John, thank you so much for giving us a
Okay.
chance to look at one of the greatest HO railroads put together 30 plus years.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you for
was a
this
lot of
privilege.
fun. It was a lot of fun doing it.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.